Hey, so I complained about Act 1, where, I said a certain part was where I tend to peter out in terms of my enjoyment for the game. Uh, I said Act 2 was even more so. Act 3 is even more. Like, it's insane how trying the rest of this game gets. Uh, that, of course, is where you do spawn. Oh, gotta pause for a second. And I'm back. Just had to grab my keyboard. Yep, you spawn over there by Mischief or whatever his name is. Uh, hmm. I don't even remember what I was up to last time. Uh, yeah, I don't even remember what I was up to. I think I'm on the Talim quest. Yeah, I am. Okay, which means here. Yeah, okay. Not in here because that's the wrong cave. Drink that for the sake of it. Man, they do so much damage, the little, uh, the stacked shaman people. But I probably should have opened up by asking a very important question that none of you have the way of answering until this goes up. You know, 2 to 10 days away from recording it, or sorry, 2 to 10 weeks, because I have a backlog. Uh, who wants to hear more complaints? Because I have more. I never have a shortage of complaints apparently. Which is weird because I I like to consider myself a not very negative person, and then here I am having a million complaints. I'm just gonna cap off the mini map over here. One thing I've been spoiled on about the first game to this one, uh, enemies come back in this one, which is annoying. Enemies don't really come back in the first one. Man, this is a large dead end. Goodness. Nope. Yeah, getting confused. Benefits of having to play in windowed mode. I guess I don't have to, but this at least lets me see if anything wrong's happening. But anyway, yeah, I've got some complaints this time, which should hopefully make things go smoother because I'm learning. I apparently just suck at holding a steady conversation with myself. But I've got a couple complaints. Just about things in general, nothing about the game. Because I've said all I can about the game at this point. Man, how far away is this dead end? Goodness. There's more materials for the cube. Wait. What? I went into a... Okay, I'm gonna start one complaint. This is about a certain pizza place near where I live. About a Little Caesars, because, you know, they exist. Barely, but they exist. Man, so many things are trapped in this jungle. What in the world? But I go in, and I make my order. This is about a month and a half ago. It just came back to me. Well, came back to me. I went by the area again, and I was like, oh yeah, I'm not eating there. But, a couple months ago, I go there, and I'm like, or sorry, not Little Caesars. What in the world? I'm sorry. Domino's. Yeah, same quality. I go there, and a couple months ago, I go, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna order, you know, blah, 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 my order. I'm gonna order, like, I think it was, like, it was two pepperonis, a deluxe, and a, cheese. All of the large size. So I order my order, and the guy behind the counter goes, "Okay, sir, that'll be an hour of wait time. You're gonna have to wait an hour before your pizza's done." Okay, I don't necessarily think it should take an hour, but okay. You know, I don't want to sit there and insult and bug and be rude to the clerk because one, he's not making enough to warrant dealing with terrible customers. I know. I actually don't know what that's like, but I understand. Oh. Ambient thunder in this game. I thought it was someone knocking. So I'm like, okay, I'll go around, I'll go do other stuff. I'll go do some other stuff. I'll, you know, walk around. Man, come on, hit him. I'm out for about 50 minutes before I head back. Which takes me 15, so yeah, I was out for an hour and 5. I go into the store, and I'm like, hey, here's my receipt. What do I want? Oh, I think I was going for strength, yeah, because some of the armors I can't wear. It's been about a week since I've lived this. But I'm like, okay, here's my receipt, here's my order number. Is my food ready? Oh, careful of that. The guy goes, sorry, sir, no, your order is not ready. I apologize, like, I don't want to be rude here, sir, but I was told, you know, an hour ago that it'd be done in an hour. Or it was more than an hour ago, it was an hour and 5. It was actually an hour and 10 at this point, but splitting hairs. I'm like, I was told, this time, and even accounting for, a minute or two extra needed, it should be done by now. Oh, goodness. Okay, sir, let me go in the back and check. It might be done, it might be on, it might just be put away because you weren't here when it was finished. So, okay. That makes sense, that pizza places have that type of stuff. I go in the back and... Or sorry, I don't go in the back. He goes in the back. And he comes out about 5 minutes later. And is like, "Oh, I'm sorry, sir. Did I summon her again?" He goes, "Oh, I'm sorry, sir. There was a mishap with your order." There was a mishap with your order. What do you mean? Like, is my pizza burnt a little bit? Is it like uh too much pepperoni? Like what's up? Whoa. He goes, "No, they didn't get your order and it never went in." I'm like, "Excuse me?" He goes, your pizza hasn't even been started."
I can't carry anymore.
Like, I'm sorry, sir. Can you run that by me again? What do you mean my pizza hasn't even been started? I'm more or less just thinking maybe he misspoke, maybe he misunderstood. I don't know. I don't know what I was thinking at this point. He goes, "Yeah, no, you're gonna have to wait another hour." I've already waited an hour and 15 at this point because he had to go in the back and, ask. I've already waited an hour and 15 at this point, sir. Another hour is just unacceptable. He goes, I understand, sir, but there's nothing we can do. Your pizza's not even remotely done." Well, can I have a refund? I'll take the, $60 I spent here and go and get something quicker. I'm hungry. I don't have very long, you know. I actually probably wanted that, huh? Don't have very long, for my food because, lunch break for everyone else is gonna start soon, so I gotta gotta get my food quickly because I don't want to get stuck dealing with, 15 people lineups. He goes, sorry, sir, we don't do, refunds for orders that are already in the oven. Sir, my order's not in the oven. You just told me that. He goes, "Yeah, no, but your order's in now, so we can't do a refund." You have wasted an hour and 15 of my time today, and you want to waste another hour and 15. No, I would like a refund, please. This is unacceptable. Sure enough, after a bit, the guy, they eventually cave in and I get my almost $70 back. Which, yeah, I guess I can see where I was in the wrong. I went to Domino's. But, like, I could have just waited the extra time. I didn't want to have to do that, though. Like, I've already waited long enough for this, and it didn't happen. Which, on the bright side, I took the money and went to a sub shop down the road and got my sandwich within... I've been like Terraria a bunch recently. I'm used to escaping my inventory. That's going to mess me up. Like, I went down to the sub shop, I waited in line behind 2 people, I got my sandwich within 5 minutes of getting to the front of the line. It was great. Ooh. I don't have the strength for that, but I can wear this? What in the world? I wasn't aware plate mail was. I thought that was the second or the third highest. Huh. It's not that much better, though. That's the main problem. But it's an improvement. Back in my younger time of this game, I would. That is going to mess me up. Good grief. Because her armor, man, I forgot just how I forgot just how almost naked she is when you take her armor off. Uh, I would compare like what the armor looked like on them. Oh, that's actually really sleek. I think that's her actual armor. Like when you look at her on the character selection. But yeah, that was my little pizza store rant. And mind you, like I don't think my order was all that complicated. It was 4 large pizzas. A deluxe, a cheese, and 2 pepperoni. Like, it wasn't that intensive. I'm just having a drink before I go back in the portal. But, pleasant. I probably should mute when I do that stuff, huh? Or even pause the recording. Too bad. Like, my order wasn't that intensive. I waited. Like, I think I did everything right there. I could have been nice about it and could have been like, sure, I'll wait longer. My order's already in motion. It's not like I'm losing any time. Oh, legendary saber. Too bad I can't use it. Oh. Like, it's not like I would have been losing any extra. Well, I would have been losing the time, but it's not like I would have been losing anything above. My. Oh my goodness. My pizza's already in the oven. Like, I'm gonna get it at the end of the time, anyways. But the fact that, like, I don't know if it was like the cooks just didn't see it. Oh, I don't even think. Yeah, she can't even use one with the. Uh, yeah, legendary is the gold, and some legendaries will always be set to what they are. So if you get like a legendary saber, it's like one of like 2 things. And they usually have set effects. Like I think this one's always ignores the target defense. But yeah, it was the fact that like oh my guy's dead. They made that massive mistake, and it's not like they caught it. It's not like they were like, oh hey, that pizza's supposed to be done in 40 minutes. Oh yeah, well it's not even in. It's not like they caught it and were like, hmm. They're like, okay, let's fix it now. No, they just didn't even remotely look at it, which is a major problem. Uh, the fire resistance is actually pretty nice. That's a tier 4 belt. Huh. But yeah, it's not like if they made a little mistake. Like, if I walked in and he was like, "Oh yeah, sir, your pizza's gonna be a couple extra minutes. We put it in a little later than we should have," or uh, "Oh, we didn't have enough ready pepperoni, so we're you know putting more. We had to put more in, so it's gonna take a few extra minutes." It's not like any of that. It was pretty much the guy wrote. Well, he punched in the receipt, and they was like, "Oh yeah," and let's just hope they see it. I just hope the people in the back see it. Now, mind you, yeah, I'm not so important that an entire workplace, especially Domino's, because like, yeah, say what I want about the quality of their food, I don't think it's the greatest. They're relatively popular. Like, a lot of people do eat their stuff. Oh, going inside. But it's like, at that point, with the amount of customers they get, you think that they would have, like, that would be avoided a little bit easier. But it's not like I went on Yelp and left them a bad review or anything like that. It was just, I'm hungry. I can't wait another hour and a bit. Can I get my money back and go somewhere else? And, all, all's well that ends well, hopefully. How did my companion die earlier? Like, that was like, these spiders are not that tough. I guess he died to a minion. Because the minions do have a lot of health. Oh, gemstone. Like, the minions do have a fair bit of health, more so than a normal enemy. Oh, scratch my nose. Where do I gotta go? Player dungeon, okay. And it's just, I don't want to say it was baffling to me, but it was just like, it was a thing that without knowing much about it, would think would be, avoidable. But, oh well. I got my money back at the end of the day. When I got my sandwich and all that. Now, of course, I'm not a complete. Where are you? I'm not a complete and total, jerk or anything like that. You know, I did put a toonie, a $2 coin in the tip jar and all that. Like like I did do that. Not saying that's much. Like that isn't, I'm not a saint for doing that. I know that, but it's like I could have done what most people would have, just walked out of there, storming, screaming, swearing, knocking things over. No, I did not do that at all. But, no. My next complaint, because I do have a couple, these are built up from a while ago, but I complained about, oh, these things have knives now. I complained about, Best Buy and other stuff in a couple videos ago, and I had fun doing it. Like, I had a motion to follow. I don't think the Great Marsh is where we need to be. I think the Great Marsh is like the Cold Plains, where it connects off to two different areas. Yeah, even the desert, or even the forest knows that it's not interesting at all. Great Marsh, Spider Forest, dancing zombies, what the heck was that? Oh. insult it and I get something new. Green. I mentioned there's... Do I not have any? Nope. There's white items which are just normal. There's blue, which is called magical. Yellow is called rare. The dirty gold or the legendary or whatever those are, that's legendary items. There's another classification, which is green, which I will show off here in a second. I forgot potions aren't instant health in this game. They can be, but... There's green items, which are a set. They're relatively nice, like some of them. But how the sets work is at the bottom of the name, how it says the four things called Kleeglaws. The green one is what I have right now on my character. Pinchers is the gloves. The claw and the tooth are other items in his set. If you get all three items in it, or all the items in his set, you get that gold thing at the top, because the whole set is called Kleeglaw's Brace. So once you equip the pinchers, the claw, and the tooth, you activate the set, and you gain a bonus. The bonus, I don't really remember, like, much of what they are, other than the class sets with the world.
I can't carry anymore.
Because there are sets, like, exclusive, well, not exclusive to the classes, but there's sets that are designed for the certain classes. So there's one, like, that's meant for paladin use, and there's one for the barbarian, you know, stuff like that. That's kind of where the post-game of this game is mid-maxing a set for your character. But that is one of the, I think they're called miscellaneous sets. It's a set that doesn't belong to any character. That's really gonna mess me up. Or that is messing me up.
Khalim's eye.
I don't care. He's just doing the normal, like, oh, you found something good there. You need to, you know,
Good day.
put it in your box for 45 minutes until you find the other 4 pieces.
Yes.
I'm not going to keep the sets. I'm not playing the post-game of this. This game doesn't really have a post-game. I mean, it does, but the post-game is just playing through the harder difficulties to get better gear. The post-game to this game is min-maxing. Which I don't find fun, so I'm not doing it. That and, like, beating the game only unlocks one unique thing, which I am going to show off. Okay. I'm gonna pause for a second. And I'm back, like, 10 seconds later, worse for wear. I apparently am so bad at doing things that, drinking water hurts. That is too many zombies. Oh, hiccups too, great. Pleasant. And it's not like I could just pause until they're done, so... Because, oh, as anyone who's had hiccups knows, it's either 5 minutes or 3 hours or 3 days. Pleasant. What was I going to complain about next? I don't remember if I dropped the name of what I was going to complain about. Oh yeah, I was going to complain about Starbucks. I was going to complain about the coffee shop, Starbucks. I don't think I've made it any small secret that I live in Canada. Not going to say where, but I live in a part of Canada. In Canada, if you know anything about Canada, you know that we have a sport called hockey, which I could care less about. It's just golf on ice. Or at least it is if you've ever seen the Leafs play. It's hockey, curling, and what's the other thing? Tim Hortons. Like, there's a Tim Hortons in every street corner in this country, pretty much. Heck, it is the street corner. I mean, our local hospitals have them. Like, the hospitals around the country have a Tim Hortons built into it. So do the colleges and, all that stuff. But there's, Tim Hortons in my city. A couple of years ago, a Starbucks opened up. I think it's actually been here for about 5 years now? 6 years? And I've never been there. I've always been, Tim Hortons, first and foremost. You can't go anywhere else, stuff like that. So, I decided to go one day, and, my experience with them was not the greatest. I'll tell that story one day. But I went again, another point. Like, man, you ever heard just one zombie? But I go again. I have my bad experience with it, and I'm like, I'm never going there again. It's not good. The service is bad. Yada yada yada. So, a number of months later, my friend's like, "Hey, the Tim Hortons near where we walk, because we typically go for walks a bunch, like a couple times a week. We try to go for a walk." What the heck in the world? They just go meh. So they were doing renovation on the Tim Hortons near where we were walking. Which does happen occasionally. They do renovate them from time to time. But usually they don't. So the one we would have gone to was closed. Because normally we walk around, we browse stores, we get our beverages, and they go our separate ways. That's typically how our walks go. Is it Flare Dungeon? I think the Flare Dungeon is in the Great Marsh. I don't remember. I think it is. I think it's in one of the side shoots. No, it's in its own specific section. Okay. So we go and, we visit all the stores we do normally. Visit the local arts and crafts store, the model shop, the stuff that we typically go to. And then we go to end off, we're like, hey, let's go to Tim Hortons. We walk down the way, we walk around, we don't drive around. Because I don't have a license, and frankly, my city's small enough that I can safely walk from one end to the other within only a few hours. But we're like, hey, we don't drive. Let's walk over to Starbucks. Or let's walk over to Tim Hortons. We get to the Tim Hortons, and they're closed. Which is unusual. They don't usually close. Except for nighttime, but even then, some of them are 24 hours. So we're like, okay, they're closed for renovations. That's upsetting. We want our drinks. Oh, breastplate. So, shockingly enough, this Tim Hortons was is near the one Starbucks we have. Oh, what the world? Oh yeah, these things. I forgot about glomes. I forgot about those things. Those things are upsetting. Anyway, this Starbucks is near the Tim Hortons that we were just at. So we're like, hey, coffee's coffee, right? You know, this should at least be passable. So we go in, and the Starbucks was weird. Now, I don't know if normal Starbucks work this way, but this one did. They've got tables and all that. We were gonna sit down and, you know, have our drink and chat a little bit longer. We go in and we grab a booth that has, you know, a couple seats, and we sit down, and, you know, this is the middle of winter, so I take my jacket off, my backpack, because I always have my laptop on me. You know, sit down, we sit at this booth, and then we go up to the front line. There's not a lot of people in this line. There's only 2 people ahead of us, but each person's order is taking like 8 minutes. Once again, I don't know if this is a Starbucks thing or if I'm just used to the swiftness of Tim Hortons. Tim Hortons, you know, 10 people in line, you're at the back of the line, you're ordering and you have your stuff within 10 minutes. Like, the lines do not take long in the Tim Hortons. But 2 people ahead of us, each of their orders takes like 10, 15 minutes. It's upsetting. Man, they do so much damage. Why? I guess because I don't have any fire resistance? Yeah, no fire resistance, that's why. But, okay, we wait like the 20, 30 minutes that it takes us.
Stay a while and listen.
We get up to the front of the line, and the lady behind the counter I'm not gonna say any like descriptors to this woman, but she had a very key detail on her arm. She had a video game sleeve tattoo. And correct me if I'm wrong, but a sleeve tattoo is just like the full arm where it's just all the various miscellaneous stuff. But she has this very nice tattoo that has like Metroids and that has like Metroids and Plantera from Terraria and all this like video game stuff. So, oh, actually, I gotta go check my front door. So yeah, her tattoo's got like a bunch of like Metroids and all that other stuff. It's got some pretty nice squeaking because I'm relocating my chair. I have to get up pretty nice stuff. So I comment on her tattoo, and I'm like, hey, that's a really nice tattoo you have there. And, you know, you have Metroids and stuff like that. A nice game tattoo. That's very nice. She doesn't respond at all. Which, oh well, you know, for some reason, gaming tattoos and stuff like that are so... I don't know if they're common or rare or whatever it is, but I guess she's just gotten the comments a lot. So she just didn't say anything. So we get our order, you know. She hands us our numbered paper. It's like, oh, okay, your order, order 17. We'll call you up when it's ready. Oh, whoopsies. We'll call you up when it's ready. Okay. We go and we sit in the booth and we're waiting. We're waiting 20 minutes. And we don't know why we're waiting as long as we are. But that's just what's happening is we're just waiting that long. So well, a guy comes by a little bit later with I don't know if he's like a manager or like a supervisor or something, but he's got a blue collared shirt on, generic like Al Bundy shoe store salesman shirt. And he comes up and he's like, excuse me, sirs. I'm gonna have to ask you to leave. Me and my friend don't, like, my friend doesn't talk very much because he's just shy. That's just, well, not really shy, it's just he doesn't talk. That's just how it works. He'll talk with me when we go walking and talking, but like if we pass someone, he goes quiet. He's pretty bad about it. Well, not bad about it, but you know what I mean. Bad about it implies it's an issue. But this guy comes up and he's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna have to ask you to leave." Like, oh, what's wrong? Well, we're sorry. I'm sorry to say this. We have a no... We're very strict on no sexually harassing the workers. Which we didn't do. Man, there's so many of these things. If I mess up, I will get killed quickly from those fire guys. Which we didn't do. One, my friend doesn't really talk to many people. Like, he'll talk in front of people, but, like, he's very mindful about his subject matter. Oh, great. And I just don't care to do that stuff. Like, that stuff is just not what I do. So he goes, and he's like, yeah, no, we have a strict policy against that. I'm going to have to ask you to leave. We both look at each other, and we're like, So I talked, can I hit him, please? Oh, great. Oh. So I explained to the guy, I'm like, excuse me, sir, what did we do? How we didn't even remotely come close to breaking that rule at all. One, my friend doesn't talk, and two, like, just no. Like, I'm personally asexual, which means I have no desire. It's not that I have no preference, it's I have no desire. I could care less. So I don't do that stuff. Because then, you know, that's not what I would be. Whatever. It's weird derailing on it, but, like, this is just completely wrong. So I come to find out after the guy he goes in the back. He's like, he comes out with the rule paper, and he has the that level, that harassment written, circled and all that. The policy, and we're like, yeah, no, we didn't do that. Come to find out, what had happened was the woman who took our order, my tattoo comment where I said she had a very nice tattoo, apparently offended her. Well, not offended her, but like she got that feeling from what I said, I guess, and told her management, and her management came out to yell at us, me specifically, for doing that. So the guy, he's doing the normal manager thing where he's not being heavy-handed, but he's not gonna waver. So I explained to him, I'm like, oh, see, no, this is what happened. And I explained the whole that I just complimented her tattoo. He calls her out, and he's like, yeah, what tattoo? Girls put her sleeves down at this point because I think it's one of those, like, you say something and then you don't expect the other person to rebut it or rebuff it or whatever. So then you just panic and you hide evidence. But she was, like, she did not put her sleeves down. I'm not gonna have room to pick that potion up. But she, she's got her sleeves down. So the manager's like, yeah, you need to lift your sleeve. We need to double check this. So of course she lifts her sleeves up and she has a tattoo. I tell the guy I'm listing off what parts of her tattoo is. He's Googling them to double check me to make sure I'm not just pulling the wool over his eyes. So he's like, yeah, okay, that checks out. You were probably just commenting on her tattoo. So we did leave. Like, we did leave the building. Like, I'm not, I don't care for that style of, like, if the workers are gonna falsely state that stuff, like, that's annoying. And it may have been like she was just protective of it or defensive, or maybe I came across as awkward, I don't know. But it was just like, I don't know. Can't really comment on it, but it was just a weird situation that thankfully went away smoothly. Like, I am glad that it went away smoothly. I don't... Oh, Flayer Jungle. I'll go until I find the waypoint. Because chances are I'm not going to record another one. Like, I could only hope she got, like, a talking to about misunderstandings. Because there's a very real chance I just came across as awkward. Like, that's more than, that's more than plausible. But then, like, I don't know. Of course, yeah, I can't comment on what someone else feels because, I could just sit here and be like, yeah, she's just got oversensitive, she's just a big baby, blah, blah. No, I can't do that because, that discredits the other person's point of view. I may not know what it is, but I'm not going to discredit it. What am I, a news journalist? Just ignore the other person's side and discredit them? No, I don't know their side, so I can't comment on it. Oh, yep, this is the waypoint's here. And so is the dungeon. I also think there's a special legendary, or special enemy. Because, yeah, it would be easy just to write the story off as just her being an idiot. But I'm not, you know, despite saying that, like, that's not what I'm saying. Gibbon! Did I pick it up?
What a delicious blade. I should consult Ormus.
No, keep it. Keep it for yourself. No waypoint here. I thought the waypoint had to be here. Huh. But yeah, no, that's not, like... It was upsetting. It was annoying. Because that just, like, confirmation bias now. Like, I can't go to Starbucks now without thinking, oh, something else inconveniencing is going to happen. Because confirmation bias is a nightmare. Because the first time I ever went to Starbucks, like, the person taking my order just did not know how to run a coffee machine. Like, she had no clue any of the coffee related stuff. Hey, identify. Oh. Oh. They do apparently heal, the little imps. I did not know that. His little descriptor said that's what he does. Huh. That's upsetting. But yeah, like, now I can't go to that shop anymore without thinking, like, something always is gonna be inconveniencing. And I say inconveniencing, like, I wasn't put out in both situations. Like, nothing ever really came of either. It was just two situations that just took time. It'd be nice if I was full screen and able to see where they were shooting me from. Well, yeah, no, it's like it was like the Domino's thing. The pizza place thing, where it was like, nothing actually bad came out of this. It's not like anything bad happened. It was just a case of, like, I'm not going to spend any more time on this.
Stay a while and listen. You have done well, noble hero. This magic ring does me no. Yes?
You know, and he puts it there for some reason. I think plot-wise, it's like he's healing the. That's a good ring. Huh. Hmm? Oh, because it ups my stamina a little bit. frankly, I think that if nothing large comes of anything, there's no point making a fuss about it. Nothing like super big came out about either situation. It was just, politely asked for my money back in the first one and had to explain a misunderstanding in the second one. And she was pretty nice about it. Like, she didn't argue further. I'm trying to beat around the bush here without going into without going into too much detail, because then I might bug people. Trying to, broach a subject without really mentioning it. But like, she didn't do that at all. She was just like, "Oh, it wasn't that way? Okay. I'm sorry." Which is really nice. She could have doubled down, and she didn't. This video is almost an entire hour. Oh no. Well, alright, we're going to end it here. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoy. Or enjoyed. Sorry.